Hi everyone, Cheryl Knowlton coming at you with your Tuesday tip of the week. Okay, time to have a real vulnerable conversation here. On Labor Day weekend 2017, I was at Disneyland with my sister and I was so excited. I was running a 10K race. It was the second race that I had done during that weekend. I had done a 5K the day before, walked around Disneyland for like literally 10 miles, got up the next morning, everything was fine, got in my Sully costume because it was a Pixar themed Monsters Inc. race, had to have the costume, right? And I'm running and it is literally like toward the end of the first mile, I put my left foot down on the ground, just regular plant, and all of a sudden it felt like a red hot poker was just searing straight through my foot. And I remember looking down at my foot going, wait a minute, what is wrong with you? You've done so many of these races. You have done so many half marathons. At that point, I had done 8. My foot knows what to do during a race. And I was mortified that my foot was completely and totally failing me. And I just remember glaring at it. And I tried really hard to claw it out, this way and that, and try and shake it out. And it was not shaking out. Fast forward to a little bit later on, I stupidly ran a half marathon on it, knowing that it was hurt. I had done a few things to try and get it better, but obviously not enough. And during that half marathon, it was very, very clear to me that something was seriously wrong with it. That started me down a medical journey of seeing a wonderful doctor, the BYU team doctors actually, having x-rays and an MRI and various diagnoses. And as I have gone the last 3 months without running hardly at all, until about a week and a half ago, which was fabulous, but that's a story for another day. As I started running on it again, my doctor wanted me to go and have a gait analysis by an amazing physical therapist. I didn't know he was a physical therapist at that time. My doctor said, go see him, and he will be able to tell if something you're doing caused the injury to begin with, because they couldn't figure out anything that was really chronically wrong with it. And I wanted to see if it was something that I was doing that caused the problem to begin with. So I went in and had this gait analysis, and it was absolutely amazing to me. I wish I could show you side by side the difference between when Steve said to me, okay, Cheryl, get on the treadmill and just run like you normally do. We set it at 5.0 and I ran for a minute, and he videotaped it. He videotaped it from the side and he videotaped it from the back. And then he said, okay, I can tell immediately by looking at you what the problem is. And the good news is it's very, very fixable. So he told me to shorten my stride, that my gait was, it was too long. And so I had to shorten it and take faster steps. He told me to run like Mickey Mouse, which was absolutely no problem for me, except that I couldn't figure out exactly how to run like Mickey Mouse at first, but I figured it out. And then he set the treadmill back at 5.0 and had me count my steps, making sure that I was taking more. And he videotaped it again, you guys, from the side and from the back again. And I got to see on a screen on an iPad side by side, one of me just running my natural way and the second way with correction. And so that really got me to thinking, okay, what things are we doing in real estate on a daily basis that we think we're doing it right? And we've actually been doing it this way for a really, really long time. Maybe we're doing it wrong. Do you need a coach? The answer to that is ultimately almost always yes. There are things that we could be doing better, smarter, faster, with greater efficiency, maybe with a more substantial success ratio. There's no end to what we could improve on if we would get some feedback from a coach, from somebody whose opinion we value, in order to step up our game, literally in my case, and make huge improvements just by making small changes to get completely different results. So my Tuesday tip of the week for you is pick one thing that you could get some coaching or some feedback on. Maybe it is your listing appointment, your listing presentation, maybe it is your prospecting calls. Pick one thing that you could be doing differently and get some feedback from somebody who might be able to make as big of a difference for you as Steve, my physical therapist, did for me. Thanks so much. Have a fantastic day.